Hello everyone, this is the Lion Ben C, welcoming you back once again to Monster Hunter World. We'll be continuing our Ramus, our Charge Blade user, and we will be into the waste with a Charge Blade. No, put that on a private session. So we are going once back in here and continue on the main story, do some more fighting, you know, all the fun stuff you got to do with the Charge Blade in Monster Hunter World. I want to say thank you to everybody who has been watching and enjoying the other streams I made. I finished Batman Arkham Asylum yesterday, and if you missed it, you can go on to my YouTube channel, The Lion Ben C, and watch. And I have a playlist there that it's only 4 videos long. So they're all over 3 hours, but
let's regroup at the Wildspire Waste.
Oh, right. Hold on, do I have any missions I haven't finished? Nope. And nope. Yeah, the name of this quest is The Best Kind of Mission. Better go up and go eat. Anyway, but yeah, so you can watch all the stuff I did for Batman Arkham Asylum on my playlists. I've also played Dynasty Warriors 9, which seems to be getting a lot of love, and of course Rumble Roses. There's also a Rumble Roses playlist that you can watch if you want. I'm gonna need the better attack. And if you're catching this on Twitch, please drop me a follow. If you catch it later on YouTube, you know, drop a follow there or subscribe. You know, really does help the channel grow. And, you know, throwing out some likes out there. It lets me know what games you like me playing. The Wildspire Wastes. We'll talk about the game in a little bit.
Okay. Got it?
Yeah, go out there and push, because I don't push because I'm the protection.
We've waited this long to get our hands on the evidence we need. Don't get us killed now, Hunter.
I hardly slept a wink last night. I'm so excited to go out and see this new piece of evidence.
The slag was found in the desert area of the Wildspire. Guide us there safely, partner.
Now, just a little bit so you know, like, how I'm approaching Twitch.
One thing's for sure.
If you're new, is
in the ancient forest.
Yes, the Wildspire Waste features a mixture of dry land
oh,
and
they're
swamp,
still talking.
which naturally supports its own unique ecosystem.
One of the big things I do is Fridays have been Rumble Roses and then a rotation game. I have a list of 10 games that I rotate through.
Waterfall.
The water filters down through the sand and collects in the lower areas, thus creating a mire.
Oh, great. We get to go uphill now.
Now games in rotation, if you enjoy them, give them 3 likes and they stick around for another week. Hasn't happened yet, but I figure eventually it will. Ooh, let's get a spider.
Look at that insect. Is that some type of beetle?
The wildlife here are quite resilient creatures. They have adapted excellently to the dry climate.
Even the plants have learned to survive. The fruit scattered throughout the area has a hard shell that helps retain moisture.
Now, like I was saying with the Saturdays, whatever game I decide to play on Saturdays
We made it.
will always be played to completion. So even if a game is, doesn't get that many reviews, hey Dragon, reviews or likes or whatever, if it's played on Saturday, it gets played all the way through. Batman Arkham Asylum didn't get a lot of love on YouTube, but it's still getting played. It still got finished.
The wild
And
That's where we'll find what we came for.
But we still have a ways to go.
Well, on we go.
and that's why
Actually,
the
that
game
might
will
be
be
worse. This is so heavy.
with the pre-sequel and Borderlands and stuff like that, I will finish them. And then Sunday is just whatever I feel like playing. Like I did Road for a little bit. I'm doing this. And then next week will be Made into the Blackwater, Fatal Frame, and that'll be for all of October. Okay, now,
Did you hear that?
Everyone, be careful. Mind checking it out for us there, partner?
you can fight and beat this monster.
Me, Rathian.
Jumpin' Jackies! A Rathian!
If you're going to do it on the first playthrough and you're by yourself,
In times like these, it is important to stay calm.
And run for your life!
Go, go, go. Just move on through. You might be able to use your slinger to create some kind of noise and distractor.
Now, run!
switch to your flash pods if it really becomes a problem. But if you want to, you can fight the Rathian.
Go, go!
You can absolutely do that. But just know that if you're going to do it, make the Pookie poison resistant piece of armor. You really do need that to do it successfully. Or be using a weapon that'll keep you away from its poison, where all you have to do is worry about the fire.
Hell hath no fury like a Rathian scorn. Well, like any Rathian, actually.
But she could provide the commission with valuable data. Hunter, I couldn't trouble you for a sample, could I?
I was aware that Zora Magdaros was an enormous beast, but I am in shock over how gargantuan it really is.
Yes, it certainly seems to exceed the measurements in all the guild's writings.
I wonder, how many years does it take for a beast like this to grow to such an enormous size?
this region. Wait, why are they running?
They look scared.
See? When Apceros feel threatened, they assume a defensive posture.
Whatever's out there, it could be a danger to us too. We have to be careful. Finally, I thought we'd never get here.
Look at it. Glorious.
And of course, we know what it is if you've played this game before, and if you haven't, stick around. This is actually a pretty fun cutscene here.
We're almost there. Keep it up.
I really need to hit that bone pile.
The evidence is within sight. You've done a fine job, Hunter.
Let's see what kind of present Zora Magdaros has left for us.
Here we go. Blue means Elder Dragon.
Look over there! Another clue!
Me first. Eureka!
The bear off.
Follow me. Come on.
If you go to where they run to, that's actually another place to set up a camp.
These scholars are still in danger. We have to take down that bear off. Don't worry. I'll keep the scholars out of harm's way.
Ah, that one sucked. Thank you. Ah. You can see my inexperience with the damn charge blade. Yeah, I'm not huge with the I have to fall. Yeah, because I need this.
Stuck in muck. Get yourself out of that gunk before you do anything else.
Did a little bit more damage. Not gonna lie, I wish the trap had been here. Oh, great. Of course, he runs all the way to the farthest point he can from where we are. Come on, come on. Alright, come on. Alright, I know where he's going. Out. Got him.
You did it.
Ah.
Okay, I'll be waiting over by the slack.
Alright, there's a bone thing right over here. There it is. Alright, Baroth down.
Oh, hey! Glad you're back. Oh, don't worry. I found a safe place for the scholars to hide. I guess I'll go round them up. Wait for us back at camp.
You there. Are you part of the Fifth Fleet? Then that means the Elder Crossing is upon us again. The years fly by faster then I can count them. I too am a hunter of the First Fleet. Might I trouble you to share your tale with me? Let's find a suitable place. So, my old friends are well. Praise be. It sounds like the good scholars are as incorrigible as ever. Might I ask, are you tracking the monster that dropped that massive slag?
It's a turd.
I as well. It seems so easy. Follow the trail, find the truth. Well, it has been a pleasure. Nearby you will find my camp. I trust it will be of some avail to you and the others. Please pass a message on to the commander that I am safe. But a force compels me on, and I intend to see where it takes me. If you too feel so compelled, then we will cross paths again at the end of all of this.
I want to say he's wearing the either the ghillie mantle or he's wearing one of the mantles. It might be the ghillie mantle. I'll have to look.
Was that who I think it was?
Palico went up. That's good. Vigor Wasp spray went up. That's good.
Good to see you.
Fine work out there. Thanks to you, our people are safe and we know more about our target than ever. Since you left, we've charted all the evidence we've collected across the continent. The scholars think they'll be able to pinpoint Zero Master's location soon. Until then, seems like a scholar has gotten separated from his escort. I need the fifth to go find him and guarantee his safety. The scholar was separated from his escort while collecting evidence in the Wildspire Waste.
Head to the Wildspire Waste immediately.
And that gives us a new area. So, the man you saw used to be with the First Fleet. He was the Commission's only wyvern hunter. Truth is, he's essential to our mission here, but some time ago we lost track of the fellow. One moment he said he discovered the secrets of the continent, and the next he was gone. I tried to go with him, but he wouldn't have it. You're the first to have seen him since. Part of me is furious for him for leaving, but honestly, now I'm just glad to hear he's okay. If he said not to worry, then I won't worry. He'll return to us when he's good and ready. Thanks for the heartening news. I mean it. Okay, we have some stuff to do first. The next fight is the Gerototus fight. That's who I was trying to remember last time. The water fight of the Gerototus. But we're not quite ready to go yet. We got some stuff to do. First, we need to upgrade equipment. There is not a Baroth. This right here is probably the Gerototus. Because there's very few water monsters in the game. Okay, so let's upgrade the other one first. Okay. Now we're going to have to forge equipment, weapons, charge blade. We need to charge a proto commission. And we need to forge another bone strong arm. And now we need to upgrade both. But leave this one here, so it's ready to go into this line. And because I can make this even better, and we're definitely going to have to make another one of these for when we go after the Tobi Kadachi for that one. Forge equipment armor. We have alloy armor, which makes you look like this. Let's see, windproof, water resistance. That's not bad against the Gerototus. Need more iron ore and earth crystals. Defense boost, poison resistance. That's another good one. And speed sharpening. Which one of the... So, if you do the Pookie Pookie Vam races and the poison resistant coil, you can work on your poison resistance, which is really helpful when you go after Rathians. And this is what that makes you look like, but we have guard, which is good because I have my shield. Stamina thief, marathon runner, muck resistance, and stun resistance. This will also make you very, very defensive and very thunder defensive. Like when you do all of it, you'll have a thunder defense of 15, but -5 in water and -15 in fire. That gives you a really good water defense. That kind of does too. What does Stamina Surge do? Stamina recover speed. And it's better than what I'm wearing, but... See, I'm up there in the hunter and the bone stuff. I really do need to drop down and start doing better gear. So we're going to go ahead and make the Pookie Pookie Vam braces. Go ahead and equip those. And we need to get the pieces needed for poison resistant, for this poison resistance. So. And of course we have our good old Palico. Who Kulu makes him look like an Arabian merchant. Pookie, he's got the little goggles on. And Baroth makes him look like a rook. Those are both better than his Jaggerus weapon. Okay. Change equipment. Hunter. Alright, so I am at 396. So this is the same. But yeah, the Bone 3 is just as good as the Jaggerus Strong Arm. It's no better. A lot about this game is comparing numbers and looking at, you know, different stats and how you want, what you're going up against, how you want to build yourself out.
Good to see you.
Splendid, the 5th Fleet, just who I was looking for. At present, we at the Research Commission Survey and Capture Squad, or the Go-Getters for short, are studying the Kuluyaku's behavior. We are hoping to capture one alive, accustom the scout flies to its unique characteristics, and then release it. That will allow us to track the monster and uncover its mode of life. And there's nothing in the world I desire more than that right now. Hence my decision to request help from the 5th. I would like you to perform the capture for us. The quest is called Snatch the Snatcher. Any assistance you can give us would be appreciated. Now, we are going to go do that. The reason is because this is the start of a quest line that will slowly, by the time it's done, you'll get one of the more powerful mantles. Now we're going to post a quest. Optional. Now, big thing about this, you have to make sure that you don't accidentally kill your target, because that's a failure. To the point when I was helping out my friends who are playing this game and wanted to get up to the higher stuff, so I grabbed Delia, my most powerful character, to help them. Because no matter what, she can win the missions. Except for when they go, hey, I want to capture this thing alive. And I don't hear that, and Delia just murks them. And then it's like, oh, my bad. We're going to run up, and we are going to eat some. Another big thing is you want to always be upgrading your armor because you need the defense. Like right now, my defense points are only 37. Certain enemies can kill me in one hit with a defense that low. So we're going to build up our defense. Now, whenever stuff like this happens,
The goal of this quest is to capture the monster. You'll fail the quest if you slay it, so be careful. The supplies you need to capture a monster are on site. Make absolutely sure you have tranq bombs. That one's a must.
so we have our tranq bombs, we have the easy shock trap. Now he starts over here.
The scout flies have found something. Go get a closer look. Great! The scout flies have locked on to the scent of the monster. Be on the lookout for more tracks or traces. Go ahead. Follow the scout flies.
We also want to grab as much as we can because we want to build up our hunter level for this. Although we've maxed it out for right here. You can tell because when I'm looking at stuff, if you notice there's no green bar being built. I'm getting hunter's points though, which can be used for other things. Ah, here he is right here.
You're gonna have a hard time capturing a monster while it's worked up. You need to wear it down first.
Why? What's that clip? Why are you running?
The scout flies will hide once the fight breaks out.
You can, if you're gonna do this without the prompts, if you look at the way the screen is, when the screen darkens at the edges, that's where the, that's when he's gonna try to jump.
Scout flies will hide once the fight breaks out. Don't forget that. Got your target on the ropes. Now put down a trap and capture it. Now, keep hitting it with tranq bombs until the effect kicks in.
Always takes 2 tranq bombs.
You can carve materials from a captured monster. However, you will receive more rewards than usual once the quest is over.
And this adds the monster into the arena where you can fight it later. You can technically do that with every monster. And you got the Capture Novice achievement if you don't already have it. Once you do that, you have to capture 50 monsters to get the higher one, which is easier said than done because there's a lot of times I don't go for captures, even though, as you can see, it can be fairly quick.
Head to the Wildspire Waste immediately.
It'll wait. So now we're going to pick up Poogie, and let's see if we can find another one of his outfits. Come right over here. Now you want to put him down right here. Right by this banner specifically. To get the Apprentice Fiver outfit. And then if you talk to him, change clothes. He is ready for an expedition. We have a bounty to turn in. Something's nagging at me. Alright, let me have it. Let's hear what you've discovered. If you can see, the rewards you get is research points, which are needed for other things, but the big one is the armor spheres. We don't have any critical ones to turn in. And these are hunting specific monster types. Bird wyverns, brute wyverns. And these last three are ones that are above my pay grade, basically. You have great... Like I said, if you... Like, say you went... I really need a piece of the Baroth to make this weapon I want to make. Or make this armor I want to make. You can come here and do... And take an investigation and do those missions. Like in this one, capture a Baroth. Because it guarantees you one of his rarer items. That's the gold at the bottom. But be careful because sometimes these things have special rules. Like you can only bring one person or your time limit's only 10 minutes. Like this one has a special thing on... You can only faint 2 times rather than 3. So just make sure that if you do it, you understand what you're getting yourself into. Hunter, I must thank you for catching the Kuliyaku. This is a little thank you from the Go-Getters. I insist you have it. And he gives you 500 points. Splendid, the 5th Fleet. Just what I was looking for. At this point, we Go-Getters are studying the Baroth's behavior. That's right, we're ready to get down in the mud with it, if that's what it takes to learn about its habitat. This quest is called Landing the Landslide Wyvern. Any assistance you can give us would be most appreciated. Capture a Baroth. Go over here. To get the field guide updated. Now, what is your field guide for? For those who don't know, you can discover it by hitting start and going over to your hunter's notes. Click on that, and you have a map. You also have your large monster field guide. Say you have a quest to beat a, like we do right now, the bird wyvern. That's a bird wyvern. So I could take 2 different Kuliyaku missions and beat that investigation, that bounty. Brute wyverns. Oh, Pookie Pookies are also bird wyverns. So, like, say you need the Pookie Pookie pieces, not the Kuliyaku pieces, you can beat the Pookie Pookie instead. And as for Baroth, they're brute wyverns. So is the Anjanath. So that's what these are good for. Also, if you look at the top, you will see where it says ecology, physiology, and reward. When they're at level 0, you only get their ecology, where we can find them. When they get to level 1, you unlock their physiology. This will tell you what they're weak against, and what status effects or elemental effects have the most damage. Also, what parts of their body are breakable, and if their tail is severable. Like you can see here, Pookie Pookies are the most weak against thunder. So if you had a thunder weapon and you have to go after Pookie Pookies, thunder will do the most damage to them. Also, sleep and paralysis. That's really handy for people who use the light bow gun, who are like the masters of I'm afflicting you with status elements. And then if you have one where you have research level 2, not only do you get their ecology, their physiology, but you also get their rewards. And if you max out their level 3, it'll show you the star ratings on each of those for how rare they are to get. The higher the stars, the easier they are to... I believe it's the higher the stars, the harder to get, but don't quote me on that. But it shows you, like, oh, if you break their nails, you'll get plume. Same thing with their head. If you break their face, you get beak. And then your rewards that can be dropped by them, be carved from them, or be dropped and picked up at the end of the mission. So this is really important if you're looking for certain pieces. Like, I need a Rathian tail spike, and you've done a lot with Rathians, you can go see how rare that tail spike is to drop. Same thing with these guys, except for they only ever have one. But it'll show you if they drop something specific, because sometimes you need that stuff for different rewards. Endemic life is the little stuff you can capture. Terrestrial, aquatic, airborne, and treetop. And then basic controls and your weapons controls if you need a refresher on those. Thought I'd show that off real fast. Now, I'm not going to go fight a Baroth right now because I didn't do that great against it. I want a better weapon and some better armor before I go after him again. So, we're going to talk to her. And this is the sinister shadow in the swamp. Oh, he's got an exclamation point over his head. You interested in bulking up the canteen with more ingredients? Now, that's what I'm talking about. All you have to do is sign up and complete the quests, Pain in the Gains, and Exterminator of the Waste. Take care of those, and we'll get the menu buffer than a Rang Jan's biceps. Make it safe so my guys can go out and get the goods. Don't let me down. Pain from the Gains, Slay of Them, 7 Gaju, and 14 Vespods. Those are both quest missions, which we'll do here in a little bit. We're going to knock out... I'm going to need this. So yeah, we got some other missions that we will be taking on here in a little bit. But we're really hoping to get the Juratotus going for some missions.
Okay, let's look for the scholar. He must have left some kind of trail.
These are very important right here. Nullberries. You can be infected with something called water blight in this fight. Null berries are how you get rid of it. Screamer pods, if an enemy dives underground, screamer pods will actually force them back up. That includes diving under the water, which the Jurototus does. So you can grab those too. And we'll go ahead and grab everything. And then we're going to put that there. Oh, if you see something sparkling like this, it means you have a better chance of getting some of the rarer stuff from it. And some of these, just by grabbing them, you will unlock things in the canteen. That put me on the Scholar's Trail. Now, see, I don't actually have to do that. I know where the Scholar is. I can go. I'm heading right towards him. Oh, this is important.
Wait. What's going on with the scout flies?
Okay, we missed a bunch of stuff over here. Let's see. We're gonna see where the carcass is. Oh, there it is. Oh, that's the book. Yeah, here's the book. The carcass. Some sticky mud from a barrel. And these you really want to check because that blue means Elder Dragon. Now, right now, you can't find the Elder... You can't identify it as an Elder Dragon. And I do know which Elder Dragon it is. But we're going to just continue doing this. Let's grab that nullberry right there.
Is that the scholar? What's that he's sitting next to? It looks like a Baroth?
God, don't let him find me. Don't let him find me. Oh, I saw it. No, the Juratotus. That didn't kill the Baroth. It was,
New target. Hunt that Juratotus. Hit with water blight. That's gonna put a damper on your stamina recovery.
Like I said,
Proceed with caution.
oh, fainted. Yep, he took me out. That happens. If you ever need to, you can.
Serves food that will give you a boost for the hunt ahead.
But see, I'm still considered eaten, so I can't get it. Slightly annoying, but that's what it is. He's putting back on his...
That's a thorn pot, a powerful type of slinger ammo. Attacking the part it's latched onto deals blunt damage.
All right, here we go. If possible, I want to hit him with the paralyzed toad.
Monsters are fighting each other? Maybe we can use this to our advantage.
Oh. This is our first ever turf war. It's a rumble in the jungle. Not good, not good.
Don't try to engage a monster when your health is low. It's smarter to focus on healing. Ah. Perfect. That's what I needed. I'm gonna faint again. Now, when you're the monster you're going after is sleeping, you got to be careful. Your big attack will do double damage. That's why a lot of people will bring bombs. But we are gonna.
Come on.
But I can't shake this feeling that there's something really bad about those thorns.
There we go. And one faint. But that's bound to happen. The people who go through this game and like never faint or anything like that, they are like masters at this game. And then you got people like me who just didn't pay attention when bad things was happening. Ooh, we got one aqua sac. That's good. Oh, we got many aqua sacs. We got 3 altogether. That's really good. Yeah, see, because I added the jewel cactus to the ingredient list for delivering the jewel cactuses. And if you're using a Kenesect, you can now change their elements.
Gather round, everyone. We're ready to begin. Thanks to you, we've made great strides towards understanding the tracks that have turned up across the continent. Our researchers have done some projections, and now we know where Zora Magdaros will go next. It's heading for the Great Ravine.
The Great Ravine? The huge valley out past the Wildspire?
Correct. So I have a proposition for all of you. I say we try and capture Zora once it gets there.
Have you gone mad?
Capture it?
Hear me out. The ravine is the perfect terrain for staging such an event. We're not going to get a better chance than this.
I like the sound of this.
This opportunity, it could be a decade before the next opportunity presents itself. Maybe longer.
Is it even possible?
If I said it wasn't, would that stop you?
Let's give it a go. With the fifth supporting us, our chances are as good as ever.
Then it's settled.
Before we send the hunters out for the capture, we need to secure Astera. An Anjanath has been active in the area. Not the kind of monster you toy around with. We'll need a plan for it.
You're right. Hunters, you have your next assignment. Take care of that Anjanath. But be careful. The Anjanath is a fearsome monster. One slip-up and you're done.
Commander, if I may, I think I have a great idea. Hunter, I could use your help. Drop by later, if you will.
Another thing. That troubling report we received. Think you could...
Right.
Good, then. Let's get this show on the road. We have an Elder Dragon to capture. Everyone dismissed.
We should probably listen to what the Chief Botanist has to say before we do anything else.
Make sure we don't see any exclamation points over here.
Hello.
Now, we are nowhere near ready to go after Anjanath. Now, if I'm using the Defender stuff, I could. We're going to do the large monster capture because I still have a capture to go. Elder Dragon or not, we can capture Zoro Magnus, I just know it. The trick is making sure we understand our target and go about the correct preparations. So what is it? And we got the Gerototus stuff. Oh my, Anjanath is one nasty monster. You better make sure you go in doubly prepared. Now, down to business. The reason I called you over is we're having a slight problem here in botanical research, and we need your skills to deal with it. You see, we're trying to develop some tools, specialized tools for hunters to be exact. Something we'd like to make standard issue. But a Tobi Kadachi in the forest has been thwarting our attempts to collect materials we need. Do take care of it, will you? Here, take this. It's the first tool we managed to complete. I hope you find it useful. There's more where that came from. But only if you can take care of our little problem. Thank you and good luck. And he gives you the Ghillie Mantle, which is the you can't see me mantle.
Our next assignment is to hunt a Tobi Kadachi. We should be able to find it in the ancient forest.
Alright, we got to go up to the... Oh, we got an exclamation point over here. Doop-a-doop-a-doo.
Hey.
I see you got your hands on some specialized tools. Different specialized tools will help you out in different ways when you use them on quests. Just don't forget to equip them. You can manage them in your equipment box just like all your other gear. Once you're out on the quest, you can use the specialized tool the same way as items. For now, the equipment you got is all we managed to complete, but more is supposedly coming down the line. Exciting, huh? And it is, and trust me, some of it is great. Some of it I almost never use. Alright. So here is our Mudslide Blade, which gives us a water element, and Power Element Vial, which means that it will do a massive water strike. But we need one fin. So we will be hunting again. We're gonna go hunt and see if we can get the fins we need to get that. Yeah, it's Rathian. See, we don't know the other two pieces needed to make the next level up for the Jagras Strong Arm. Like I said, this is lightning, so this is most likely a Tobi Kadachi weapon. But we are going to go find another Gerototus to get the last piece we need. Alright, so back out of here real fast. Forge equipment, armor. So once again, we can see what it looks like when you put it all on. Aquatic mobility, muck resistance, water attack, ice resistance, and focus. Really, this is for weapons like the Switch Axe. So nothing I really see I want here. So we're going to start knocking out some missions to just start getting stuff done. Do I see any exclamation points up there? No. So we're going to post a new quest, but we're going optional. Let's go knock out these two. Now, you saw me being affected by water blight. Now, if my water right now is at 7. If it were higher, I could actually be immune to water blight. Technically, it's 20 is what's needed to be completely immune. Pay with money. Time to go kill some fishies.
You can access your specialized tools from the item bar.
Whoops, I forgot to put on my tool. Oh, if you ever forget to do something like that, you can literally go into here.
You can change your weapons and armor here. Make sure you're always prepped and ready for what comes next.
So one of the things you should do is take items that you don't need.
You can use the item box to manage your inventory.
On. And then store them. And then to put stuff back, you can auto sort and then come over here, auto sort. Like, I don't need this. I don't need this. I'm not using any of these weapons, so and then you can restock if you have any, and it'll build it up in here. And then you can go to change equipment, and Gilly Mantle's right there. That's all I have. So there we go. Now we're going to head back out. But, so if you ever forget something, or if you're on an expedition and while you're on the expedition, they're like, oh, you know, the next enemy is weak to fire, and I know I have a fire weapon, you can run over and go grab your fire weapon.
Dodge their attacks. Don't forget, you can guard too.
Now, they actually did change this. Back in the day when this game first came out, your the opponent monsters, when you would be fighting them, after you got to this point, they would keep attacking you. So you would have times where you were trying to harvest and then like these fish would run into you and throw you backwards. Where's the nullberry? That's what we want. That's the first one. And now we're going to do the bugs. Yay, we got a mite seed too. Gaju liver is now on the canteen's list as part of their fish menu. He loves me. Alright. So now we're going to post a new quest. Once again, going here and getting... And this is once again the best place to start off at. Some of the later Juratotis weapons and stuff will require some of the Gaju stuff. Yeah, so if we go to custom platter and we go over to fish, we have the courageous eel, and there's the Gaju liver we just put on the menu. If it's sparkling green, that means it's fresh. You're more likely to get a bonus when you use it. And multiple fresh ingredients on the same line give you even more bonuses. Dive. Pop up. Now instead of going where we were, we're going to go this way. We are going to check this round cactus. Looks like it's just jewel cactuses. Those are omen flies. They're not the ones we're looking for. And there's what we want.
If you're clever, you can use the slinger to distract monsters.
Now the reason we did that is so that we get that. It's the only way to harvest them. And certain outfits, or certain weapons, have Vespod pieces. Wait a little bit and they'll come back. And as you see, the red pits have already grown back, so shoot him once to get that done. Wait a little bit and they'll come back again. And if not, I do know another place I can go. I just don't really want to go there right now. But looks like that's what I'm gonna have to do. Yeah, let's get a fresh set of... So if you use all the Vesps here, grab another Nullberry. You want to go over here. Basically, you're going to go back into this area that you came from, but you're going to go up. But instead of turning that way where we went to the water, you're going to go this way. This is an area where you have to fight Rathians. This is a Rathian nest. But if you come over here to the side and hop down, you will notice Vespoids. Oh, all these dark colored pieces, rock formations, are actually very flammable. So when a Rathian does her fire, she'll light them on fire to make obstacles that you have to go around. If you go right over here, mining outcrop, and you're actually fairly close to where your camp is. Oh. Come on. I didn't get the lizards. I was trying to. No lizards for me. Bullion meat and rock fruit because I picked up a rock fruit. Go over here and turn in a bounty. Research progress, honey, and wild spiral wastes. Yeah, I don't have any deliveries that are pending. We're going to run up real fast to make sure that that paralysis weapon was not a Vespoid weapon, which it could have been. Nope, was not a Vespoid weapon. But it absolutely could have been. I don't think there's any Vespoid armor. Oh, there is. Yeah, there's a whole set of Vespoid armor. Quick sheath, windproof, paralysis attack, paralysis resistance, and honey hunter. Get 1 extra honey on gather. Okay. So we now need to Yep, time to go after the worm. That's the best place to go because I don't have the other 2 unlocked. Oh. Meat platters power up your attack. Fish platters power up your defense. And veggie platters power up your elemental resistance. and the number of ingredients is how much. So with only 2 ingredients, it's 5. With 3, it's 10, and with 4, it's 10, and with all 6, it's 15. And then you can get these different platter types. But we're going to go for a meat platter. I hope I'm keeping you all well informed with stuff in this game. Once again, we're going to go over here. Now, you'll notice one thing. While these say the easy, shock trap easy, if anything has easy in front of it, it's going to be removed. These don't. Trap tools are yours to keep. Same thing with the empty vials. So if you're an archer, every time you join a mission, you want to grab the empty vials because you need them to make your coatings. Whee! We want the sleeping herb. Oh, there's a dead Gerototus around here. Is that it right there? No, we want to go right over here. If you look right over here, you will see a small opening. You want to drop down here.
I think we could build the camp here. Let's ask the head honchos.
You'll do a delivery here. This is also a good fishing spot if you're doing an expedition and you just want to go fishing for a little bit. And let's see if we can get to the other one. Yeah. Nope, because he's going to be here in a second. Why are you running? Watch out when he's doing that shaking thing, because it will he is throwing down mud to hold you up. You gotta watch out for his
There's no place to hide around here. Time to try out your ghillie mantle.
yes, took his tail. Always make sure that you carve if you take the tail. You know, how many times I've been with other players in this game and they forget to do that very simple thing and then end up losing it. Alright, go. There he is. Oh, this is bad. Yeah, that was bad. I realized I was taken out of the fight right then. Alright, he's hurt. That's what we wanted. Alright, wait a few seconds. Let him. Ah, fuck. You can't put the trap right there.
Now, keep hitting it with trank bombs until the effect kicks in.
Yeah, that's the one annoying thing is that you can't do it in that area. You have to catch him in another place. But we were able to get him. Let's go see if we can find one of the hardest to find costumes. Pick them up. Now we're going to have quite a climb for a while. And you'll probably get a lot of shaky stuff before that. Just ignore it. Now, the bad thing is where we're going, there is no guarantee you're going to get the costume when you get up here. But we're going to hope for it. Keep going. Right over here, and you want it to start shaking towards the middle of the floor up here. Nope, he didn't find it. But that is the right spot, and if you get up there, you can find the Emperor's new clothes. Now we got some stuff over here to knock out. First. Large monster hunt. Small monster culling, and if you look, he's still missing the tip of his tail. Proving it's the one that you guys did. Okay, so now we have caught up on all our additional stuff. We're going to go to assigned, and we're going to go knock out the Tobi Kadachi. Oh, I think this will get me close. What is my thunder? My thunder is 0. That's not good. We need to buy. Dang, nothing. Yeah, that put me at 5 for my thunder. Get ready for one heck of a fight.
To use one of your specialized tools, you'll need to equip it from the item bar. They're used just like any regular item, but their effects only last for a limited amount of time. If the tool you're using stops working, don't worry. It'll recharge after a while.
I almost never use the ghillie mantle unless I need it for a very specific thing. Oh, it goes up. There we go. Here we go. The Toby Kadachi.
You've been hit with Thunderblight.
Ow.
Be careful. You'll get stunned more easily now.
Come here, you flying squirrel of death. Ow, that one hurt. And I'm gonna faint. Ah, I knew I was gonna faint. I was hoping to get the big shot off before I fainted. Going the wrong way. So badly do not want to do this fight. Purposely running the wrong way. Oh man, fainted again? Oh well, if I faint one more time, it just lets me know that I'm not quite ready for that yet. I'm gonna need to build a different set of armor. If you're gonna lose, just lose. You know, faint the last of the time, because you still keep some of the notes and stuff you got, so you'll be able to go later and maybe see, oh, he's weak to this, or he's, you know, strong to this, and adjust yourself accordingly. Like, I might want to take the time and get a get the bear off stuff. Ah, threw me off. Threw me off my pattern.
Good. We're well here. Hopefully this does the trick.
Oh my god, I cannot believe I won that. I know I went quiet there towards the end, but I legit thought I was about to lose. Like 110% thought I was about to lose this entire encounter. I fainted twice, you know, so I'm not going to get a lot of rewards monetary wise. That was very close. Alright, but if we're having that much trouble with him where I faint twice, that lets me know we need better gear. My gear is nowhere near good enough to keep going. And the canteen has been upgraded to where now it'll have 4. We'll go see that in a second. But yeah, so 110% I need to start building up some different stuff.
You're just the awesomest.
Oh, my dear hunter, I could kiss you. Thanks to you, all hunters can now enjoy the benefits of our specialized tools. Ah, which reminds me, I planted an ancient tree seed, mostly out of curiosity, but believe it or not, this time it sprouted. They are quite peculiar in that they draw from surrounding life to grow, and perhaps a little fertilizer. I'll spare you the details. What I'm trying to get is, are there items you use heavily? Perhaps I can leverage the tree's properties and a little fertilizer to grow more of what you need. Just asking, you shall receive. This right here,
Got an urgent quest.
we will go there in a second. This is really, really important. And you want to work on this as much as you can. Every time the chief botanist has a quest for you, go do it.
Bigger all the time.
Happy to see you around these parts. You've seen our ancient tree before, haven't you? Just thought of a little sprout. It grew into this giant tree in a blink of an eye. And now we're ready for a little more research. You want to get your hands on more items, right? We'll use the ancient tree to help us cultivate even more items. You to me. What do you need again? This is really important. So you're going to cultivate. things that you use a lot of. Honey and honey is a very good one to do. So are herbs. And then, but the reason you want to keep doing this is you will, like right now, the harvest box is only 10. If I were to switch to Delia and show you her harvest box, it's massive. I think it's 50 or 60. Plus, I can put in things like null berries, might seeds, defiant seeds, and have a good collection of those. So we're going to do honey for right now. And then different fertilizers. Bait with an odor that attracts that insects love also boosts your honey harvest. Good for 3 quests. So we're going to do this. And for the next 3 quests, I'll earn 4 honeys rather than only 2. Now, early on, you'll see me come back here a lot. But later on, that can be really important. Also come over here, talk to the laid-back botanist. Oh my, it's finally sprouted, which means our ancient tree research can really start to flourish. I can't wait a moment. I set up a quest right away. Would you mind signing up for Prickly Predicament? We're trying to determine how we can increase the type of fruits and berries the tree produces. But we need a lot of plant samples to do it, and you look like you need some relaxing botany work. Collect 20 bauble cactuses. But see, that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about because that'll change what I can cultivate. Seeing if I go into the field guide about Tobi Kadachi, he's weak to water. So the Juratodos weapon does really well against him.
Yeah?
So none of our bounties are ready to go, but we're going to complete a delivery by giving a Monster Bone M and 2 Vespoid shells plus 300 research. We unlocked another camp in the Wild Wastes. Now, what he's going to do is when I go over there to talk to them, he's going to give me the mission to stop the Anjanath. We are not ready for that. So, one more Juratodos pelt. And this is a thunder level weapon. Or this is a thunder element weapon. So we are going to get this one first. Then we're going to get this one. I do like the design on it though. So first we're going to forge some equipment. Because I need to forge another bone strong arm. And now we're just going to hold it there so that we can make the Pulsar strong arm. Thunder resistance, thunder attack, Evade Extender, Jump Master, and Constitution. And if you put it all on, this is what you look like.
All right.
Hey, welcome back. We almost finished securing base. Only one thing left to do. That's right, your old buddy Anjanath. Before we attempt to capture Zora Magnaris, we need to hunt the Anjanath down. Can't have it interfering. It's one tough adversary, so stay on your toes. Oh, before I forget, the chief said he started putting more protein in your pre-hunt meals, whatever that means. Said it helps with your hunts. Either way, drop by the canteen later and find out for yourself. Anyway, a powerful monster like Anjanath won't be easy to take down. Remember everything you've learned. This objective is urgent, meaning it should be your top priority. Use everything at your disposal and hit that brute with all you've got.
Okay, time to wrap up.
It is not our top priority. We are going to be ignoring it for a little bit. Because right now, if I try to do it, I will die. Ooh. You always want to see this, because when he has that exclamation point over his head, it means he has more stuff. Hey buddy, I hear your next assignment to hunt that big brute in the ancient forest, eh? No better time to stock up. New products in stock? Figure we need them. Want to take a look? What do you need? Give me the arowana bait. A bunch of ammo. And coatings. We're going to go see the new canteen. Since the crossing, work here in the new world has gotten tougher than ever, and that means you need to get tougher. The old canteen was starting to look kind of canteeny, and in my house, we don't plateau. We make gains. So I did a little flexing, and now the canteen is bulked up with all kinds of new meals. Have more choices for your pre-hunt meal means you have more ways to flex on monsters. Win-win for everybody, except for the monsters. And if you look, it's now even bigger. And his animation will change. And you see, he's got this. You interested in bulking up the canteen with more ingredients? Now that's what I'm talking about. Take care of this quest getting yoked in the waist, and we'll get that menu so beefy you can grill it. The canteen can't get yoked if I don't have that yolk. Go get my protein. 2 herbivore eggs. Alright, partner, basically saying, hey, we gotta go fight the Anjanath. We are not ready to fight the Anjanath. These are the 2 new ones. But then I can also come down here and... So we got to do this one first. Because we need Gerototus. Because we need to get his fin. So we can get the Mudslide Blade. Which will let us fight him easier. And then we also have these two, which will unlock more stuff. So, I think we're going to call it here. We're at a good stopping point. You know, just before we start doing all the build-up to getting into the next part. So, this is it for Monster Hunter World. I'm probably going to put this on a playlist on my YouTube. Check it out there. Like I said, follow, subscribe. Really appreciate it. Now, next Sunday, it will not be this. As I said earlier, it will be Fatal Frame, Maiden of Blackwater for all of the spooky month. But then I might come back to this, depend on how things go. But this, Monster Hunter World has gotten a lot of love. So, you know, like, share, subscribe, comment, help me grow my channel, help me, you know, show me what you guys want to see more of so I know what to focus on Friday rotation games, on Sunday fun day games. Saturdays are pretty much set for probably the rest of the year, if not going into next year. But eventually I'm going to be done with that and with what I have planned, and there'll be more chances to get in there and do more games. So I want to say thank you, everybody, for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll see you next Friday when we go ahead and start